Hey everyone, Creatively Cara here, and today we're going to be setting up my April month in my bullet journal. First off, I want to give a huge shout out to all of my subscribers. You guys are amazing. I was so thrilled with how much you guys loved my March plan with me. It just really brought joy to me, so I'm super excited to bring my April plan with me to you for this month. I decided to go with a diamond theme since, you know, diamonds are the birthstone for April. I did not realize diamonds were the birthstone for April until someone mentioned it to me. Once they said, oh yeah, that's the birthstone, I'm like, okay, I definitely need to do diamonds. And then I had to think long and hard about how I wanted to do this because I love the art, I love the creativity, but I am still trying to keep things simple. So I really had to think about how I wanted to approach this. I was just searching on Pinterest and then I found some diamond doodles and I was able to replicate those in my bullet journal here. And I really like how they turned out. I thought I'd have some dangling diamonds and I thought the line would be kind of plain by itself, so I added in, I don't know, little jewels, little circles in there. The pen I'm using here is a Sakura Micron. It's the felt tip. Someone had brought my attention to this pen. I've heard of it, but I never decided to try it out. And oh my gosh, once I finally tried it out, I realized that this is probably going to become one of my favorite go-to pens. If you're interested in this pen, I do have it linked in the description box down below. Go ahead and check it out because you know what, I'm telling you, I'm so glad that someone else mentioned it to me because I like this pen a lot. I kept the colors very simple. I just used a very light blue for the diamond and then added a little bit of this peachy salmon color along with a bright yellow and a teal. And I really liked how all those colors jived together. A lot of the colors that I'm using today are the Staedtler dual end watercolor brush markers as well as my teal mild liner. I love these markers. I find that they're basically my go-to when I'm trying to color in. If you're interested in checking those out, I do have a link in the description box down below. I kind of got bored of doing just hand lettering for my monthly cover. Obviously this is still a form of hand lettering, but I wanted to change the font up, I guess. And I found this font on Pinterest as well. By the way, guys, I love Pinterest. I find everything on there when I need inspiration myself. I found that I really liked this font though. I thought it was really cute, simple, and fit my theme very well. I just used the blue that I colored in with the diamonds for it and then outlined it in that salmon color. I don't normally do a quote on the left side, but I felt it was very fitting for this month. There's a few diamond quotes out there that I'm probably going to end up including throughout this month, but I thought this one kind of stood out to me. You know, life's a little stressful and crazy right now, so I just have to keep reminding myself that, you know, I'm strong, we can get through this, no worries. So I thought the diamond version of that was a little bit cuter. It says, "You're a diamond, darling, they can't break you." So that'll kind of be my motto for this month. I wanted to be very simple on this too. I just colored it in with that light blue and then just colored in the circles equivalent to what I did on the previous page. I'm still going to keep it simple with Ryder Carroll's monthly layout. This works well for me, to be honest, and I really didn't feel like changing it up. This month I ended up actually drawing a line down the middle, which I will do for this one as well. And then that way on one side I can track events and important stuff for work, and then in the other side I can do all my personal items, so that way I can keep everything in one place and have one glance page for everything. Just adding a little bit of diamonds here at the top just to keep going with the theme. I didn't want to rewrite the April font I used on the cover page, so I just sort of did a different version of it on the monthly page here. Still's got the little curl and swirl to it. Coloring in my diamonds, and then I wanted to do a drop shadow in that salmon color for my header. Do you guys know, is it easier to do the color first and then write in the word? Because I feel like my colors end up smearing the letters. I think I'm going to try that next time, because for some reason I feel like it might look better than that. So instead of doing just a straight line for this, I decided to do the little jewels dangling. I thought that looked nice. I was trying to use the light blue that I used to color in the diamonds, but it was too light. I went over it with my micron pen so that I could draw on the jewels, and then I just divided the weeks as well, starting with Monday in the mild liner. Last month I began adding in a YouTube and Instagram tracker. This is really for me to plan out my goals, and then also what my plan is going to be for the month, as you know, what I'm going to end up posting. I added this last month because of just the overwhelming love and response that I got from you guys with my last video, that I wanted to keep this up and keep providing good content for you guys. So I made a tracker for myself just to help keep me on goal. For you guys, if maybe you don't have YouTube or Instagram trackers, but maybe you could use something similar, just a little section for the goals and then your plan to then achieve those goals. I think it could be applied to multiple things. This page ended up becoming my favorite. I really love how it ended up turning out. This habit tracker has been working for me. I used it last month. I'm still bad about keeping up in my bullet journal, but I'm really going to try hard next month to utilize it every day so that I can make sure my habits are going well. I really want to pick up on my exercise again. I've been lacking a little bit, but it gets a little bit more difficult when you have 2 kids. Gonna try and maybe see if I can sneak it in the morning, because that seems to be the only time it works. Those of you who are curious, I am using a Dingbats notebook, and this notebook, so far, I love it. The paper is pretty thick, it's very smooth, and one thing that I really like about it is it's an A5 plus size, so it's just slightly bigger than the A5 size, which I think gives you just the right amount of extra room without being too big. So I really like that, being able to have a little bit more room for my creativity. This is one of the Staedtler pigment liners. It works really well for when I do my Zentangles because it comes in all the different thicknesses. So I used the 0.11 size for that to write out my numbers. So it really helps keep when you got numbers that close together, it really helps keep them a little bit more clean and easier to see. So adding in the colors, and then voila. Last month I also tried an expense tracker. I didn't quite use it as I had hoped, but I wanted to try it again because I really am going to try and utilize cash. I kind of am following Dave Ramsey's plan, if any of you have heard of that before. I've got a lot of school debt to pay off, so I want to try to manage my money a little bit better, and part of his plan is to use cash instead of using your debit card for every expense that you do. So anything that's like not a monthly bill, anything that I can track with cash, I want to be able to do that and keep track of it here in my bullet journal. I just need to remind myself, anytime I buy something, I need to write it down right away, or else I will not write it down. Moving on to the weekly layout, I decided to go with a horizontal view here. I'm really kind of flipping between two standard weekly setups, so it's either this kind of horizontal format, or I do quarter boxes throughout the pages so that I can fit all my days on there. It really utilizes the space well, and I find that I'm able to create multiple different versions with just those two simple kind of like standard layouts. So you can check out my Instagram if you want to see more of what I've made. At Creatively Cara is how you can find me on Instagram. Did the diamonds a little bit differently on this page as well. I decided to kind of use the mild liner that was a little bit darker than that light Stedler blue, and draw over it with the kind of edges of the diamond, and then I wrote the number on the inside, and I really like how that one turned out. Then this section's just going to be for notes, but I mean, if you're someone that likes to track your habits weekly, I think this could be a good space to utilize for that. Or if you know, add anything else to your weeklies, this would be the area for it. But here I'm just drawing in my dangling diamonds, and then the middle space I can use for any notes that I may need to record. Here's a quick flip through of everything we created today. I love the bright colors, and I'm really excited for spring. Thank you for watching my video today. If you liked what you saw, make sure you hit that like button down below, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. You can follow me on my other social media with the tags below, or you can watch my next video. Until next time, bye-bye.